Hi everyone, welcome back to our Python 2D game development course. We're in Module 2, Functions and Reusability, and today we will learn about defining functions. I'm Carmen Jacobs from Camp 180 and I'm glad you're continuing your journey. In the last lesson, we learned about functions and how they help us reuse code. Today we're going a bit deeper and learning how to define our own functions properly, giving them structure, purpose, and clarity. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to write your own functions, decide when to use a function, return values from functions, and understand basic scope. This lesson will help you start writing cleaner, more organized programs. So why do functions matter? In programming, especially in games, repetition happens all the time. If you write the same code 3 or 4 times, that's a signal you could use a function. Function keeps your code dry, which stands for don't repeat yourself. They make your code easier to read, debug, and expand, just like reusable game components. Instead of copying and pasting, you define a function once and use it whenever you need it. Let's start with something simple. Create a new file called define_functions.py. In the file, type def welcome message, empty parentheses, print welcome to the course, print let's start coding, and then call the function by typing welcome message, open parentheses. So what does this mean? Def defines a function, and welcome message is the name of that function. The open parenthesis shows where parameters go. We'll cover those in the next lesson. The colon starts the code. All indented lines underneath belong to the function. So when we call the function by writing welcome message empty parentheses, we run all the code in the indented lines. You can also call a function as many times as you want. It will run every time. Try this example. Def level underscore start empty parentheses, where level start is the name of our function. Then the function should print level starting, print enemies appearing. Then you call the function twice by typing level start empty parentheses twice. In your output you will see level starting enemies are appearing, and then again level starting enemies are appearing. Instead of repeating those lines manually, the function takes care of it for you. This is how we avoid repetition in our code. Functions can also send information back to your program using the return keyword. Add the following code to your file. Def add numbers, open parentheses, a, b, close parentheses. Result equals a plus b. Return results. Then outside the function we type sum, add numbers 5 and 3. Print the sum is sum. So here's what's happening. A and b are placeholders for input values. The function adds them and returns the total. When you call it, Python replaces a and b with real numbers and give you a result back. Whenever you need to calculate something and use it later, that's when you use a return. Let's apply this to a small game style example. In your file, type def calculate score points bonus. Okay, you have just defined a function called calculate score, which take parameters points and bonus. Okay, what does this function do? The function adds points and bonus and then returns the total back. So outside the function you can use this in the following way. Type player score equals calculate score 120 30, where 120 is the points and 30 is your bonus. Then you print your total score is player score. The output will read your total score is 150. Later, you can reuse this function whenever the player earns more points, keeping your game logic cleaner and modular. Now, Let's move on to understanding variable scope. Scope refers to where a variable exists in your code. Example: def show health. Health equals 100. Print player health inside function health. And then outside the function, you call the function and then print player health outside function. This will cause an error. Name: health is not defined. Why is this? Because health only exists inside the function. It is local to the function. If you need to use it outside, you must return it. You have to add return health to your function. Then you can use your health outside. So now it works because the function returned the value to your main program, making it a global scope rather than a local scope. Here are a few common beginner mistakes when defining functions. 1. Forgetting parentheses when calling the function. 2. Indentation errors. 3. Forgetting to call the function. 4. Using variables outside their scope. And 5. Forgetting to return when needed. For your homework today, create a file called functions_practice.py. Then do the following. Write a function called gameIntro that prints a short welcome message for your game. 2. Write a function called addPoints with current points and earned points as parameters that returns the new total. Then write a function called reduceHealth with parameters health and damage that subtracts damage and returns the new health value. Number 4. Call each function multiple times with different values and print the results. And as an optional challenge, create a function called levelComplete with parameters score and level that prints a message like you completed 2 levels with 500 points. Experiment with both printing inside the function and returning values to print outside. We have placed a new journal on Gumroad. This journal is designed for lesson-to-lesson tracking, and it helps you refresh your skills from the previous module so that you are fully prepared for this module. After you finish your homework, take a few minutes to write in your new coding journal. There is also a step-by-step written guide for this lesson available on Gumroad, along with a full tutorial you can follow line by line. The complete functions and reusability pack is there, including videos, exercises, and cheat sheets. In the next lesson, we'll build on this by exploring parameters and arguments, how to pass data into your function and make them flexible enough to handle all kinds of inputs. Thank you for learning with me. I'll see you in lesson 14.